While nature was shaping the continents, humans were also trying to understand the world. Ancient civilizations, such as the Greeks, Egyptians, and Mesopotamians, did not know about all 7 continents. The ancient Greeks divided the known world into just 3 parts: Europe, Asia, and Libya, Africa. For them, these were the only continents because the rest of the world was unknown at that time. The Age of Discovery. During the 15th to 17th centuries, European explorers like Christopher Columbus, Ferdinand Magellan, and James Cook set out to explore unknown lands. They discovered new continents, such as the Americas and Australia, expanding the world's map. This period, known as the Age of Exploration, played a huge role in shaping the modern idea of continents. By then, people began to realize that the world was made up of many large land masses separated by oceans, alternative views of continents. However, not all regions of the world agree on 7 continents. Some geographers argue that Europe and Asia are not truly separate because they are part of the same landmass, which is why they call it Eurasia. Others believe in a 6-continent model, where North and South America are combined as just America. The Olympic rings, for example, were originally designed to represent 5 continents: Africa, America, Asia, Europe, and Oceania. The division of the world into continents is not just geographical, but also cultural and historical. Each continent has developed its own civilizations, traditions, and stories over thousands of years. Africa is often called the cradle of humanity, as it is where the earliest humans originated. Asia gave birth to many of the world's greatest civilizations and religions. Europe played a central role in global history through its empires and innovations. Meanwhile, the Americas and Oceania brought diversity and new. When Earth was first formed around 4.5 billion years ago, it had no continents like we see today. Instead, it was covered with molten rock, volcanic eruptions, and later vast oceans. Over time, the Earth's crust cooled and hardened, forming landmasses. These landmasses did not stay fixed in one place, but constantly moved due to the powerful forces of plate tectonics deep under the Earth's surface. This movement slowly shaped the world's geography, the era of supercontinents. In Earth's ancient history, landmasses often merged into supercontinents. The most famous of these was Pangaea, which existed about 335 million years ago. Pangaea was a single, massive landmass surrounded by a giant ocean called Panthalassa. It was home to many early forms of life, including the first reptiles and primitive plants. However, Earth's crust was always moving, and this great supercontinent did not last forever. Breaking apart of Pangaea. Around 175 million years ago, Pangaea began to split apart due to tectonic forces. It first broke into 2 huge landmasses, Laurasia in the north and Gondwana in the south. Over millions of years, these 2 landmasses continued breaking apart and drifting away from each other, giving rise to the shapes of the continents we recognize today. This slow but constant movement is called continental drift, the birth of modern continents. As time passed, the continents started taking their modern positions. South America separated from Africa, leaving behind matching coastlines. India drifted northward and eventually collided with Asia, creating the world's tallest mountain range, the Himalayas. Australia broke free from Antarctica and floated into its current position. Antarctica itself drifted to the South Pole. 1. Asia, the largest continent, birthplace of many ancient civilizations, and home to the majority of the world's population. 2. Africa, known as the cradle of humankind, rich in history, culture, and natural resources. 3. North America, includes Canada, the United States, Mexico, and Central America. 4. South America, home to the Amazon rainforest and ancient civilizations like the Inca. 5. Antarctica, a frozen desert at the South Pole, uninhabited except for scientists. 6. Europe, the center of much of world history, philosophy, and billions of years ago, Earth didn't look anything like it does today. In the beginning, the planet was covered with molten rock, volcanic activity, and endless oceans. Over time, the Earth's crust cooled and formed landmasses. These landmasses didn't stay still. They constantly shifted because of plate tectonics, the movement of giant slabs of rock beneath the Earth's surface. The first giant landmasses were called supercontinents. The most famous was Pangaea, which existed around 335 million years ago. Pangaea was a massive single land block where almost all life lived. But about 175 million years ago, Pangaea started to break apart due to tectonic movements. As it split, the pieces slowly drifted away to form the continents we know today, Eurasia and Gondwana. After Pangaea broke apart, it formed two major supercontinents, Laurasia in the north, which later became North America, Europe, and Asia, Gondwana in the south, which later became South America, Africa, Antarctica, India, and Australia. Over millions of years, the continents kept drifting. South America pulled away from Africa.